the Incest Punishment Act, 29th of July 1948. Let me say that I am not an attorney at law, first of all, before I read. Section 1, short title. This act may be cited as the Incest Punishment Act. Section 2, incest by male. Subsection 1, any male person who has carnal knowledge of a female person, that means sexual relations, who is, to his knowledge, his granddaughter, daughter, sister, or mother, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, and on conviction thereof before a circuit court shall be liable to imprisonment with hard labor for any term not exceeding 5 years, or, if it is alleged in the indictment for such offense and proved that the female person is under the age of 12 years, to imprisonment with hard labor for any term not exceeding 16 years. Subsection 2, it is immaterial that the carnal knowledge was had with the consent of the female person. So whether or not they consented doesn't matter. Subsection 3, if any male person attempts to commit any offense to which subsection 1 relates, he shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, and upon conviction thereof shall be liable to imprisonment with hard labor for any term not exceeding 2 years. So that means attempt. He did not actually succeed fully in doing so. Maybe the person resisted. Section 4, subsection 4. On the conviction before any court of any male person of an offense under subsection 1 or subsection 3 against any female under 18 years of age, it shall be in the power of the court to divert the offender of all authority over such female, and if the offender is the guardian or such of such female, to remove the offender from such guardianship, and in any such case to appoint any person or persons to be the guardian or guardians of such female during her minority or less period, or any less period. So that means if it is the father, the court would remove any authority that he has as a father over the victim. If he's an uncle or guardian, same situation. Then it says here that if the offender is a guardian of such female, to remove the offender from such guardianship. So that person would be removed as a guardian, and guardianship offered to somebody else, provided that the Supreme Court may at any time vary or rescind the order by the appointment of any other person as such guardian, or in any other respect. Section 3, incest by females of or over 16. Any female person of or above the age of 16 years who, with consent, permits her grandfather, father, brother, or son to have carnal knowledge of her, knowing him to be her grandfather, father, brother, or son, as the case may be, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, and on conviction thereof before a circuit court shall be liable to imprisonment with hard labor for any term not exceeding 5 years. Section 4. Test of relationship. In this act, the expressions brother and sister respectively include half-brother and half-sister. That means if they have the same mother but different fathers, or the same father but different mothers, that is also included. And the provisions of this act shall apply whether the relationship between the person charged with the offense under this act and the person with whom the offense is alleged to have been committed is or is not traced through lawful wedlock. So that means, it seems, that this law still applies even if the person, the accused and the victim, if they are not blood sister and brother, but their father and mother got married, they would become they would become brother and sisters by law. Their mother and father are married. They have, the man is the father of one of them, the woman is the mother of the other, but they are not related by blood. So they still are considered to be brother and sister under this law. Section 5. Prosecution of offenses. Subsection 1. If on the trial of any indictment for rape, the jury are satisfied that the defendant is guilty of an offense under this act, but are not satisfied that the defendant is guilty of rape, the jury may acquit the defendant of rape and find him guilty of an offense under this act, and he shall be liable to be punished accordingly. 2. If on the trial of any indictment for an offense under this act, the jury are satisfied that the defendant is guilty of any offense under Section 47 or Section 48 or Section 50 of the Offences Against the Person Act, but are not satisfied that the defendant is guilty of an offense under this act, the jury may acquit the defendant of an offense under this act and find him guilty of an offense under Section 47 or Section 48 or Section 50 of the Offences Against the Person Act, and he shall be liable to be punished accordingly. Subsection 3, that was subsection 2, subsection 3 now. The wife or husband of a person charged with an offense under this act may be called as a witness either for the prosecution or defense, and without the consent of the accused. So that was the Incest Punishment Act.